everyone, Kathy back with Big Barn Blooms. How is everyone today? Happy, what day is it guys, Tuesday? Oh, it's been busy around here. So yeah, I've been on a little bit. We've been working on all of this in here for Inside the Barn. I'm so excited. So when you come on, say hi, tell me where you're watching from, and then we'll get going. So yeah, we got the studio done. Yes, everybody's like, sure, Kathy. No, we got the studio done. The studio is set up, and we are filming. So we're already recording videos for Inside the Barn. It is going to launch. Yes, we're ready. We have to edit the videos. We already have over 40 videos inside the barn. Yes, 40 courses. So it's going to be really good. Norma, hi, how are you? Thanks for coming on. So today, you guys, we're going to do a patriotic design I'm excited about that is also a kit. So another kit. It's been a while. My kits have sold out. I think I have one kit left in my Etsy. Yeah, Norma, I can't wait. We've been working very hard, so that's why you guys haven't seen me all since last week, I guess. We've just been working. Louise, hi! Yes, I am so excited because we've been teasing this since January, and we had so many technical difficulties. You know, equipment we bought and had sent to us that didn't work, had to go back, and it's crazy because we bought a lot on Amazon, but when you do high-ticket items on Amazon, they make you wait 30 days, sometimes more, for your refund until the manufacturer gets it back and approves it. So, I mean, I can't just keep ordering these high-ticket items. I have to wait till the refund comes in and reorder. So anyway, crazy. But yeah, it's done. It's done. Hi, Connie. And I don't have my iPad today because we've been working in here all day. But my phone's pretty close, so I can pretty much try to see you'll see me going like this. I'm looking at it. I have like, what do they call it? Progressives, like an old person, 3 prescriptions in each, so I have to go up to see the words on my iPhone. But I think I'm doing okay. So, you guys, first thing I want to tease, and if you were on my socials a little bit earlier, this is one of the first designs for Inside the Barn that we're going to teach. Did you guys see me tease this little guy? Look at that with all of the bulbs and all the pretty ferns and whatnot. So this is one of the first reads we're going to teach Inside the Barn. So I wanted to show you guys that really quick. Oh, thanks, Norma. So I'm going to put this back here now. I'll just set that on a table. Quick little teaser. So that was filmed today. But anyway, we have a whole bunch. All of the content, and for those of you that were in my creative coaching group before, all of the videos from my prior coaching group, we were able to put them into the new coaching group. So nothing was lost. Nothing was lost. We thought it was a lot of work. That's what we've been doing over the last, I don't know how many days, 4 or 5 days. I mean, like sun up to sundown in that office and in this studio, but we got it done. So, but for those of you, that don't want to hear about all this, sorry about that. I'm just excited because it was a lot of work and we got it. Yes. So Connie, great question. Yes. Everybody I've been asking you, comment, I want Inside the Barn and all that. We are. So I'm going to go tonight and I'm going to make sure everybody knows to DM, direct message me your email. We're going to do an email drip kind of thing, for people to sign up. But those of you that have already expressed interest, I'm going to send an email out with all the information. So if you haven't already, DM me your email address, and that is going out. So not tonight, because we're still working on everything that we want to say in that email, but within the week. So we're finishing up the pre-recorded videos, which is nice because I know a lot of people watch these lives and they're like, get on with it, all the talking that we do, but that's part of a live is we get to kind of interact with each other. But Inside the Barn, in the creative coaching group, there will be pre-recorded videos that you can watch, and it's just pure tutorial. So I don't interact with anyone but those watching on replay because it's a pre-record, right? So there's no live involved, which is kind of nice. Hi, Grace. Oh, Norma, good. You received your package today. That's awesome. Yes, Roxanne, I'm so excited. So if I miss your comment because it's scrolling up like you guys see on your devices, I can't reach over and stop it or go backwards. So no iPad today if you didn't hear me mention that. So, but I'll get any questions you guys have. I'll answer after the live. Yay, Frenchie, you made it. Good deal. Pam, a bit late here. Just got my lilacs, and yes, that was quick. That was quick. Awesome. Did we mail those? When did we mail those? Yesterday or the day before? Like one day. Wow. But we try to get things out in a day or so, but this weekend was crazy working on inside the barn. So we were inside the barn all weekend. But we're ready. We cleaned out this whole studio. I'm saying we emptied it. Everything is organized. Completely organized. I mean, it's like crazy. Everything's ready to go. So we've been filming and stocking up the inside the barn, so it'll be ready for you guys. So if you haven't already, DM me your email address, and that information is going out so we can launch. So, but for today, not inside the barn, on this live today. Yeah, I'm so glad that was super quick for you, Pam. But anyway, okay. And and like Pam bought a bunch of stems, a bunch of people. We had a lot of shipments yesterday. We are going to be uploading, why do I say we? It's me. I am going to be uploading a lot more stems and items that I have and have not yet demonstrated. Some of them are in that wreath I just showed. So, yeah, tonight I'm going to be working on uploading a bunch of stuff, so watch for it. Okay, so the next design, what we're working on today, is a kit. Yes, a kit. You guys, we had to do something patriotic. Everybody's getting ready for, May's coming, Memorial Day, and then right into summer and 4th of July. So I thought, what about doing a sweet little one? Well, it's not that little, but you can put on your front door, maybe on a wall in your house somewhere, maybe on your pantry door if you have a pantry, anywhere. Look at this. This is what we're making today. And this is a kit. And when I say this ribbon is wonderful, wait till I show you this ribbon. It is, look at how stiff the ribbon is. This is very, very high quality ribbon I bought for this design. So, and a few more designs that are Patriotic that are coming up, but this is the first. I'm going to have, I believe, 2 or 3 Patriotic kits. This is the first one. I like it because it's more garden-y, more neutral looking. It's not, too far out there. No signs, no nothing, just your little pops of red, white, and blue. So this is what we're making today. If you purchase the kit, you'll get everything that you see. Everything we use here today will be in the kit so that you can watch this video, which I will move to my YouTube so you can watch it over and over again, and you can create this wonderful patriotic design. So I'm excited about that. And anyway, we will also have 2 of these available. This one that I made as a prototype and the one that we're creating today. So these will go into my Etsy tonight also, along with the kits. The kits will be available tonight, you guys. So I'm going to set this up over here. So make sure I make it the same way. Otherwise I'll just go crazy and do my own thing. So I'm going to set this over here, and then we're going to get started on it. Let me see if I can get that to prop. Okay, I need something heavier. Let me find something heavier. Come on. Oh, I know what I can use. My Ryobi heavy glue gun. Did anybody ever try getting one of these guys? The heavy Ryobi cordless glue gun? Bob was so sweet, he bought it for me. And it's so heavy, it's hard for me to use. If I'm out of my studio though, I will use it because it's nice to not have cords. I mean, this is cordless, but I just run my stem under it, so. Anyway, enough of that. Let's see. Grace loves it. Louise. Oh, thanks, you guys. So I'm glad you like it. It's really, really good. Look at this ribbon. I want to talk about this ribbon first because this ribbon came in and I'm like, oh my gosh. Look at that. Stars and stripes. Double-sided ribbon. Very, very good wire. It's a luxury ribbon, but I love it because when you make a basket like this, let me show you that again. The ribbon stands up so nicely in it. there's no flop at all. So sometimes it pays to buy good ribbon. So, and we did on that one. So the bow's coming in a minute, but let's get started on everything else. Okay, so we have our little pocket basket. When you get your kit, if you buy the kit, we'll have a piece of foam, and you're just going to wedge it in the top. All I did was take, where is it, down here, because it fell on the floor. So you'll get a piece of foam this size, and I went ahead and pre-did this so we wouldn't, you know, go over styrofoam again. But all I did was corner off, you know, a little bit on the front. You can do it a little at a time until you get it wedged in there. And then where it hits, see how I cornered it off? It's not square on the ends. Where it hits the basket, I just squirted a little bit of hot glue in there, and it's not coming out. So it's wedged and glued, and you're good. So, and as you can see, it doesn't go all the way to the ends. You don't need it to go all the way to the ends. And then I wanted a space where some of the stems can go into the side of the foam, not just the top of the foam. So you'll get it, put your foam in, and you're ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to put this foam aside. But how are you guys doing? I'm sorry I missed you. It's like I've been gone for so long. I'm like, I gotta do a live. I wasn't gonna do a live because I have 2 more videos that I actually have to film today or tonight. And I'm like, no, I gotta take a break from doing the inside the barn and just do a live with you guys. So thanks for showing up for me. Hi Karen, good to see you. Awesome. Okay, so this is what we're using. We're going to have a small pick of eucalyptus, and all this is in the kit. Look at these beauties. We're going to use these. And then you're going to receive a bunch of pieces of this variegated, I think it's supposed to be a ficus. So pretty. I love this. Oh my gosh. So you're going to get a bunch of this to use. And then this little white, I call it a little snowball. And I know you guys saw these. These were my Home Goods find of the blue thistle. It's a bluish purple, but when you get these together, it's red, white, and blue, especially with the ribbon. So that's our ingredients for this. It'll all come in the box or the kit. And let's get started. I'm going to put the blooms over here because we use those later, along with the eucalyptus. But we're going to start with this guy. Where's my cutters? There's my cutters. So let me cut some of these apart, because we cut these down to use them. Because we don't need all this length, right? We definitely don't need all this length. So let's cut these down. We're not even going to use all of these. We don't need that many. So, but we'll just have them available just in case. So, when you get your kit and you have these pieces that are this big, this is the size of these pieces, because this was a massive bush, and I just cut it down for the kit. So when you get it, they're going to be this size. See this bottom branch that comes off? You don't even need this length. So when you get this, we're going to cut this to this size. We're going to leave this for later. These will be used at the end to cover all of our holes. Any foam that's showing through, or the back of the design. So we're going to start by cutting right here, as you can see, right like that, and then you'll end up with this piece and this piece. Put this piece aside for later. So we're going to do that with several of these. So here's another one. I'm going to cut it right here, like that. And then we're going to have this left to use right now, this for later. So that's all we're doing for now, is cutting these down, because we never need all this length. So I'm going to put those aside. We're going to start with the large pieces, and then we will move on to the little ones. So let's cut. Right like that. Okay, so that's 6 pieces. Will we need all 6? I don't think so. Did I count when I made that? No. So we'll figure it out now. Okay, so we're starting with our basket like this. I'm going to go ahead and add some metal picks to this from my stemming machine. If you don't have one, you can literally dip these into glue or hold them under your glue gun and put some glue on the end of the stem and push them right into the foam. They are definitely firm enough to do that. But I'm going to go ahead, because I have the sewing machine, I'm going to go ahead and add these so that they're ready to go. Right like that. We just work ahead. Is anybody else working on Patriotic yet? This is a hard one for me, because I always think Patriotic as July, right? July. But it really isn't. Memorial Day. There's a lot of different patriotic holidays during the year that you can use this type of a design. So, but I'm just so programmed that July is when you put your patriotic out. So this is kind of nice. Missy, hey Kathy. Missy from Wisconsin. I am doing well, thank you. So anyway, yeah, so I got to adjust to starting patriotic earlier, so. Okay, we're going to start with one piece, and this is going to go straight up and down in the back of the basket. Now, your styrofoam may not be completely centered. Don't worry, don't worry. I want you, when you put this in, I want you to center it on the handle, because that's what you're going to hang on. And the handles are pretty center on these baskets. So you're going to go straight on in on this handle. So there's your first piece. Then we're going to come back in and we're going to go left and right, or right and left. I don't know, this is backwards for you guys. So there's my right side, which is your left side, because it's mirrored. And we're going to come back in on this side. Right like that. Are they going to be completely perfectly symmetrical? No, because it's a natural basket with grains and whatnot. So don't stress out over that, thinking, oh, it's not quite, you know, they're not quite all the same. No, you don't need to worry. Okay, and now that I'm looking at this, I'm thinking we're going to put some in the side here. Now when I do this, I'm coming behind with my stem, behind this one, and putting them at an angle so I can fill in this area right here. So let's come in behind that middle stem, and I'm actually starting the hole. Let me turn this around and show you. Can you see how the pick is going in past the middle stem? So you get that nice angle in there, whether you have a pick on it or not. That's how you're going to push your stem in. Right like that. So see how that nicely filled in that area without creating a tall shoot that's taller than this and sticks out odd. So putting it behind the stem and at an angle past the stem is how you get that good little angle there. Okay, we're going to do the same thing again on the other side. So I'm going to come past the stem, and now I'm going to show you this. I'm going to turn it around and show you, because it's going to end up like an X in the back. Can you see that with those two stems? So they're behind the middle stem and they're crossing each other, right like that, in the very back. Let's see. Sabrina is part of a kit, so I don't always divulge where I get everything. So if you want the basket and the flowers, I am going to sell the kit. Gloria, I have found that Patriotic does not sell. Oh, that's too bad. So I don't bother making it anymore. Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah, I don't have a problem. Mine usually do pretty good, but I don't, like I said, I'll probably have maybe 2 or 3, and that is it. So, yeah, that's a bummer. It just depends. It's like you hit it right. Sometimes, like Mardi Gras. And I think when I say I don't do Mardi Gras, because we're in California, we don't really do Mardi Gras out here. Everybody's like, aren't you going to do Mardi Gras? And I'm like, I never have in my whole life. And when you go to the craft stores out here, you never see Mardi Gras, because they don't stock it at all. So it's a wide little basket, a wide little design, but check it out. So there's your base. There's your backdrop for your arrangement. Very, very simple. We have one of these left. We'll probably end up cutting this down again, so I'm going to put it with the other ones for now. Okay, before I go any further, we're going to make our bow. We want the bow to claim its place in this arrangement and not lose the foam. You know, if I go ahead and cover it and try to put it in last, we're going to be shifting our stems. So we're going to do it now. So we're going to set this aside, and we're going to bring our ribbon over, and we're going to make a very simple bow. Very simple, you guys. Gloria, where's the greenery from? I'm having a hard time finding variegated. Yeah, that greenery, and if you guys have followed me for a while, that was Michael's last year. It was Michael's. And when I find a greenery I love, I stock up. And oh, you guys, so Michael's had their, speaking of that, Gloria, thanks for reminding me, they had their, what do they call it, lowest prices of the season sale, and it ended yesterday. They had 70% off, and now it's back to 60. Right, Michael's, why do you do that? I mean, I hate to say that, but it's like, why would you go low and then go backwards again when spring is like coming to the end of the season when they're going to bring summer blooms out, right? So, but I bought some. I did buy some, a few. I went over there for some things I needed. In fact, one of them I bought was this little guy. It was on sale. But, you know, and then I threw a bunch in my cart and got busy in here and forgot to buy it. So even though it's 60 now, you guys throw it in your cart, and I don't want to say abandon your cart, but I kind of did. I didn't come back to it for 2 days. They sent me a 15% off your total purchase, even sale items. Today I got that, so I might go back and revisit my cart. But that greenery, I searched and searched. They don't have it anymore. So I'm on the search for it wholesale to see what I can find, because that is the yummiest greenery. And for Michael's to come out with that, I'm like, they didn't bring it back this year, so, which is a bummer. So, okay, let's do our bow. So for this bow, I'm going to use my mat so I can give you guys some actual measurements, because you're going to get a pre-cut piece of ribbon like this. So I'm going to take it down to my mat, and my tail is going to be about 10 inches, and I'm going to pinch it right like that. This is a very stiff between the ribbon and the wire, so you're going to have to really work on pinching that, because it's good ribbon. Then what we're going to do after we have that little pinch going, we're going to come out, and I want it to be about a 5-inch loop. Maybe we're going to go a little longer. I'm trying to think of what I did on that one. Let's go 12. So we're going to go like this, and we're going to bring it together. So here's my first pinch. There's my tail. We're going to bring wrong sides, which is your stripe side. Now, if you'd rather have the red and white up, that's fine. Then the bottom will be your stars. But we're going to have the stars up in this design, so we're going to bring the stripe sides together like this, and I'm going to twist it so that my right side is up. We're going to bring that back down like that. We're going to bring it to the back, and we're going to twist it. Now, if you don't want to bring it down to a measuring table, if you've marked it off with any kind of like painter's tape, masking tape, whatever, or if you have a quilter's mat like this, if you don't, make your first loop, kind of like decide this is how big I want it. Then all you need to do every time you make a loop is you just hold your bunny ears up, and if they're the same size, you're good to go. So once I have my first 2 loops like this, I bring this out, I'm coming under again, and I'm going to twist. I don't need to keep measuring. And I did 4, right like that. And then this is our last little tail. And then I pull my tail forward. So here's our tails. One is a little longer than the other, and it's a cute look in the basket. So now, once I have that done, we're going to take a black zip tie. You can use, well, I'll put a zip tie in your kit. But if you're doing this without a kit, you guys, you can use floral wire, you can use a chenille. I suggest, you know, if you have a good ribbon like this, use a zip tie, because it'll really hold it. We're going to put the zip tie on, but we're not going to do a death zip tie on it. We're not going to tighten it down all the way. We want to leave a little bit of room. If you guys can see that, there's a little room under there, because I'm going to take some of this, it's kind of like a jute covered wire, like this, and you'll get this in your kit if you buy a kit. And we're going to put that right under the zip tie. We're going to feed it in, right like that. And now that it's like that, we're going to tighten this guy down. As tight as we can. This is the time you tighten it. And then just cut off your excess, right like that. Okay. Now that we have that, we have these two sides, right like that come up, and we're going to twist them like a bread tie. So let's twist away as tight as we can. Now this is how I put my bow. This is how I put my bow in an arrangement. There may be other methods to do this. So if you know of an easier way, do it. Make it your own. If you've always wondered, how do I get a bow in my arrangement and make it stay and stand up? This is how I do it. So if you don't have a stemming machine, at this point, this is very, very tough wire. You can put glue on this and stick it right into your arrangement. I, however, have a stemming machine, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a metal pick on the end of this. Right like that. Let me throw all this away. Okay, so there's our bow. It looks a little Yankee right now. Trust me, we'll be shaping this bow several times during the design and at the very end. But it's only 4 loops. They're going to stand straight up like this, and flowers and greenery is going to go in between them. So now that we have our loops out the front, our loops standing up, our tails out the front, and you can see the stem or the pick right there. We're going to push this right into, if the basket is facing you, it's going to go into the left side of the basket. So I'm going to go ahead and start it and then hold it up. So I leave a little space in front, as you can see, so that I can get a few stems in front of the bow. I don't want the bow just hanging out on the front of the basket by itself. I like to incorporate it into the design. So to do that, you need to leave a little space. If you put it too far forward on this foam, you're going to have a problem. So we need room to get future picks in here, or future stems. So at that point, I'm going to go ahead and push it into the foam. Let's see. Sal! Hi, Sal. The stem machine is amazing. Do you know how much those run? The stemming machine, I can't live without it. Someone help me out. I think Hobby Lobby, is it $189 or $289? I think it's $289 at Hobby Lobby. If you guys have a resale number and you do this for a living, if this is your business, you can get them at, everybody have a pen? I'll tell you a source. And I'll tell you what, and this is something that I'm going to be doing heavily inside the barn, is telling you where you can get things. Wholesale. You got to have a resale license though. Floral Supply Syndicate. So if you haven't bought from them yet, you can get a stemming machine. And did you know that's where Hobby Lobby gets theirs? So this is the thing. Floral Supply Syndicate, if you live in a metropolitan area, they usually stock them. Like Sacramento has them, I believe. You can go in there and get them if you have a resale. Reno has them. I'm on the West Coast. But I believe you can have them shipped. And I believe they're in the low twos, like $230, somewhere in there. Hobby Lobby sells them for like I think it's $279. So if you want to, you have a resale, check them out. I don't know how much shipping is because I never put one in the cart because I have them. So, but Sal, oh my gosh, I can't design without them. Yes, can you put glue on and stick them in? Yes. But they have those little spikes that keep them from backing out of the foam, and it's just wonderful, wonderful. So if you don't have one, Sal, you've got to get one. You will love it. You will love it. Okay, so I'm going to push this down in here. Right like that. Let me hold this on this angle. Okay. And then I'm going to pull, I don't have it all the way down flat on the foam, which is fine. I'm going to put stuff in and around it. And I don't want to shove so hard that you push your foam into the bottom of the basket. You don't want to lose that wedge on top. So be very gentle when you're pushing big items into a design like this. You don't want to do that. You don't want to end up pushing your foam through. So a lot of times when I'm adding my bow, I will hold the foam on the side. Another reason why I don't have it go the length of the container I'm putting it in. So you just kind of hold the basket. Can you guys see this? I'll hold the basket and I'll hold the foam like this. I stabilize it and then I push. So try that, because has anyone ever had that happen where it just pushes your wedge all the way down? You got to start over. So a little helpful hint there. That's what I do anyway. And I don't want to fill the whole basket with a big old piece of foam. We don't want to see the foam, and as you can see, the foam's in the very top, but by the time we drape a little bit, you'll never see the foam. You'll never ever see it. So you don't need to use a ton of foam in this. So, because a lot of people freak out about baskets that are like this, that are open weave, like, how am I going to hide the styrofoam? Put your foam on the top rim. Make sure it's wedged and glued very well, and then support it when you're putting heavy items in so you don't push it through. And it'll last. It's like, it's not coming out. And do your shake test. I haven't said that in a while, but I do the shake test so they don't come out. So there we go. I purchased mine from eBay a long time ago. It's a black one. And I can't, Amy, I can't see the rest of your, I need my iPad, you guys. It's on the blink right now. So, but anyway. Norma picked one up from the flower shop. The lady retired, and I scored. You scored one for 80 bucks? Yes, Norma. Oh my gosh. So Pat, I don't know if Pat's on. Pat lives right nearby me, another follower, and she went to, I think she said an estate sale or yard sale. I think she said she got hers with the weight. You got to make sure, I'm just going to show this now because this is my favorite tool. If you find one used, they have to have the weight. It won't work without the weight. If you find one used on Marketplace, eBay, I'm very skittish of because you can't try it. But go to Hobby Lobby, get a box of picks, and then you can try it out, make sure it works. Norma, I picked up mine. Oh, there you go. Sherry. Oh, isn't it? Sherry, the ribbon is like yummy. It's like my favorite Patriotic. I got a 4-inch too. Can't wait to do that other design, I'm just saying. So we'll put this over here. But yeah, I love that machine, Sal. It's my fave. It's my fave. Okay, so this is what your bow should look like now. I mean, it's just all standing up, nothing around it, but we're going to fix that. We're going to fix that really quick. Okay, so next we're going to start with our red blooms. I wish I could see your comments better. Rebecca got hers at a Goodwill for 25 bucks. That's a deal. You guys go on your marketplace on Facebook and just type in stemming machine, picking machine. Every now and then they come up, I'm just saying. And if it's local to your area, you can go try it out, like I said. Because they're a pricey tool. Even buying them wholesale is pricey, but you get them shiny and new, which is kind of nice. So. And then if anybody's interested in Floral Supply Syndicate, because they ship and everything, you can get styrofoam there by the case, all kinds of things. They sell all kinds of things. They do a little bit of seasonal, not a lot. So, okay, you're going to get a stem of those red flowers. I cut it apart. I cut the red flowers just off at where they met the main stem, 3 of them. And then you'll end up with 3 extra leaves. Again, we're putting these aside because we're going to fill in where we need it later, where you see through the design to your foam, and we don't want the foam to show. Front and back. Yes, front and back. Now, anybody watch Friends? Remember the letter? Front and back. Sorry, I'm old. But anyway, I always want to make sure that the back looks as good as the front, especially if this is going to a customer or going to be given as a gift or whatever. Yes, will you ever see the back when it's hung up? No, you won't. But you want it to look good when your customer, or even for myself, I want it to look nice. It doesn't take any effort to do it. So we're going to show you that at the very end. Okay, so we'll put that down. Now, we've got these beauties. I love these little flowers. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with the smallest one. There's kind of one that's barely open. There's 3 sizes, small, medium, large. The smallest is going to be the tallest, so we're not going to trim this one at all. It's going to go toward the top of the design. Very, very good stem that you, again, put some glue on, stick it in, you'll be fine. But if you got the fancy machine, use it. Just saying, you're going to want to use it. Okay, so put a pick on the end. We're going to come right up in the middle with this one. Right up front, like this. So it's going to be a tall one. Like that. And then, I don't want it really this tall, but I want to see it, right? So I'm going to put a little hook on it. Bend it forward just a little bit so the bloom faces who's ever looking at the design. Right like that. There's your first bloom. Look how easy this is, you guys. Sal says, I'm so intrigued with the machine. I just checked Marketplace. Are they battery operated? They're manual, completely manual. And inside the barn, Sal, I hope you come inside the barn with all of us. So, I'm going to show you how to load it. There are a lot of videos on YouTube. So, I mean, if you know, for those of you that can't come inside the barn or whatever. But I'm going to show you tricks on how to clean this because maintenance is key. If you guys watched one of my live last month, it stopped working. And I have several new of them. I have like a total of 5 machines now because I teach workshops in person. And this one stopped. This one is 40 to 45 years old at least. This is a vintage one. I've had it my whole life. And it's my workhorse. I'm telling you, I think the older ones, like this, I don't know. I don't know if it's how they're built now or what. This is a B&K machine, not a Steel Pix. I love it. But it got hung up on me during a live, and I had to finish the live with no stemming machine, which was fine because it's good to show that, right? But I actually brought each one of the new ones on the table, and they got hung up. And the new ones, I haven't oiled yet. Yes, oil. You have to oil them, and you have to clean them. And I'm going to show you inside the barn how to properly clean this. And I neglected it. I've been really busy, and I hadn't done my maintenance. Yes. So if they're getting worked out every day, you've got to, once a week is when I do this, but we're going to show that. So we'll go back to the main tutorial, but you guys, this machine is like, oh, look how old. Look at the plate on it, how old it looks. It looks vintage, doesn't it? Isn't that cool? So I love this machine. It's cool. All right, we'll put the machine back. Okay, so we have our first little flower in here. He stands very, very tall, like this. So our next flower is our large. And our large is going to go on this side over here. I'm making sure I get it the same. I know you guys are looking at this backwards, but this is going to go, if you're facing the bow, you're facing the basket, it's going to go to the right of the bow. So this we are going to cut down because we don't need any of this length really, just a little bit. So all these leaves are going to come off too. So there's little joints. Do you guys notice sometimes there's little joints in the flower stems? So I'm going to go to the second little joint, and then we're going to cut it down to that. This is the largest one. Now, if you ever buy flowers and the petals flop like that, all you have to do, all I do, well, there's 2 ways to do it. I add a little tiny smear of glue. You don't need much. I don't want it to be coming through the petals. So when I say a smear, I don't put a drop. I just kind of smear it and then bring it up and hold it for a second. And that'll do it, honestly, without it bleeding through to the other side. If you guys have my adhesive strips that I talked about, I don't think I have any in here right now because I was shipping a bunch of them today. You can use a little corner, just cut off a little piece of those. The adhesive strips work on fabric too. So, and you'll never get it apart, but look at that, no more flop. So if you get flowers that have been through the wringer, or I mean, these are just how they're made, they're very floppy, but I don't want it floppy, I want it to all stand up. You can do that. So we'll do that on this piece, see how they flop. And sometimes it's how they were shipped or how they were stored or whatever. So we're gonna go ahead and let me throw these up so that they, let me put a little smear of glue so they stay straight, they stand straight up too. So just a tiny little bit. And you don't affect the flower that way. As far as you see in glue, you're not going to see it, but you'll get those petals to stand back up the way you need them to. And I'm going to do a little more over here, just a smear. And this is all I do. I get barely a bead. I mean, and then I release the trigger so it goes back inside. Yes, glue can prairie dog, you guys. Glue can do it. So and then I smear whatever was left on my tip. I just lightly smear it because it doesn't take hardly anything. And it does the job. It's awesome. Smear and press, and then just hold it for a second. So there's a little trick, if you guys didn't know that already. And then now they're all up. Okay, enough of that. Take a sip of tea. Thank you, Sal. Colette, hi Colette. Okay. Next, okay, more leaves going to the side. Okay, so we're going to take the big one. We did the small, move into the big. Medium's going to be last. So I'm going to kind of measure it. I want it down in this area here. So this is still a little bit too long because it's similar to the top flower. So I'm going to cut it down a little more. I started that second joint. I'm going to go halfway between to the next joint. And now put a pick. If you're using a stemming machine, you have to go a little bit shorter because this is going to add some length too. Even if you push it all the way in, which is kind of hard to do usually. So lift up these leaves. Right like that. So there's our second bloom, right like that. And now we're going to work on this bloom. This needs hardly any stem at all because this is going to come out the front, below the bow. And this is why I said leave a little bit of foam there, visible, so that you can get in there, right? So we're going to cut this down pretty darn short. Right like that. See how short that is? Just saying. And then I'm going to add pick to mine, and if you don't have the machine, again, just put some glue on and you can push it right in. So this is going to pick right in between those bow tails, right there, that big piece. And what I'm going to do before I do it though, take your needle nose. I already put the pick in, so I'm probably going to destroy my hand. I should have done it first. I want to bend it down a little bit, and then I'm going to bend it up a little bit. So we're going to bend it at the pick. Should have left it a little longer. So it goes down just a bit and out. So it's not straight because I want it to kind of flow out of the basket. Then we'll stick this right in here at an angle. So I'm going to come in right underneath the top. So I'm coming in on the front of that foam, right like that. So see how it kind of leans down a little bit? Right like that. So that's why you put that little hook on that flower, little hook on that stem. So leave enough stem to do that. Enough stem to go in and enough stem to hook it down. So you're putting a little elbow on it, and it should look like that. So easy, you guys. This is an easy, easy design. I wish I had things for you guys to vote on today, but it's a kit. So the kit days are kind of light on you guys voting. Okay, so next, let's put in the white. Aren't those the cutest? They're so cute. They almost look like little mums. They're adorable. And they're white. They're not a pure white, which I like, because this is a natural kind of arrangement. So I'm going to cut these down, and then we'll see what size we need to end up with on these. Okay, the first one. Let me find one. You know, you find your favorite flower. So the first one, I want it little. So one of them is a little bit little. And you can fan these out a bit too. You can kind of pull on them and make them a little more round. If you get things like your kit, I mean, I'm pretty good at packing so things don't get too crushed. But if anything seems a little misshapen, you can take a steamer or a hairdryer to it and open it right back up. So this is going to go by that last red flower we put in. So I'm going to cut it a little short, but I want a little bit of this little accent. So when I cut it, I get this. I want to cut that top stem off because we don't want that in the design. So now I have a leaf that I can attach to this, and look at that. You make your own little pick. So if you don't have a stemming machine, you'll put one in and then you'll put the other in. This is plenty strong enough to get into that foam. So let's go ahead and do that. Right like that. It's ready to go. And again, we're going to do a little bend on this. So we're going to have it come down like this. This one, I'm going to do a little bit of an S. So I put that little hook on, and then I'm going to take that right up next to where the wire meets the bloom, and I'm going to bend it up. So it comes down out of the basket, and then it looks up at you. So this is my S curve that I like to do, right like that. Thank you for the hearts, everyone. Thank you, thank you. So this will make the perfect angle on this in this basket. So this one is going to come to, if you're facing the basket, it's going to come to the right of the red bloom, the right of the red bloom, and the right of that tail. So we're going to come right in here and push it right in. So it's going to come out right like that. So now you have a bloom on each side of that tail. So, and this tail will end up pulling around and placing it at the end right where we need it. But there's your design so far. Okay, your next one. We're going to cut this down a little bit because we don't need that length. But I like the bulk. So again, we're going to cut that little hook of a stem off, and we're going to make another stem with a little bit of the greenery. Put a pick on that or glue one at a time. This one is going to go, here's your bow. You're going to go right here in between these two and right behind this bow. And we're going to stick this right in here. Right like that. And then I'm going to actually pull that forward a little bit too. So when I first put it in, it's kind of really close to that one that's on the very top. We're going to bend it forward again so that it brings it down into the design a little bit. So let's go ahead and just put a little tiny one. We can do that after we put it in. I like to see where it's going to land in that design for this one before I actually do that. So look at how easy, you guys. We have a few more to put in though, because it's not a done design, right? But this is how we build. We build, we build, we layer, we layer. So we have one more white flower, and this one is going to have to go on the other side of the bow in here. So we want groups of 3. If you didn't see the theme yet, it's groups of 3. So we're going to go ahead and cut this one down again. I don't want to lose my little bits of greenery on this again. There's going to be one left over, and that's fine. But I'm going to go ahead and combine these together to make a little pick. Let's go ahead and cut that off. Pick them together. I may have made this too long. I'm thinking I probably did, but let's see. This is going to go, let me make sure I get this right. This is going to go, let me show you. This is going to go right in this area here. So we're going to come in from the back, and it's going to go between the back bow loop, or in between the bottom bow loop and the middle bow loop, right in here. And we're going to bend it forward a little bit. So there's our third white flower, right like that. See how it's just filling in? Gloria, is it, okay, let's see. Oh my goodness, those are so cute. Oh, thanks, Amy. I love my stemming machine. Bought it from, I can't read the rest. My stemming machine, I don't know, Gloria, you're probably talking to someone else. Mine is ancient. My new ones are Hobby Lobby, so they're made a little bit different, and they're steel picks. Mine is B&K. It's called B&K is the company. But I'm probably jumping into someone's conversation, so I look up every now and then. I'm like, ooh, I missed what they were saying. But Steel Picks is the brand that Hobby Lobby carries, so if that helps anybody. Okay, so there's where we are so far, but we need to add our blue, our little pop of blue. So let's set this down. We're going to cut this guy apart now. Yes, we are. We have this. We'll toss that. I don't end up using these leaves. You can if you want, but I didn't in this design. So let's see where the first one's going to go. Okay. So making sure I make it exactly like the other. This one I got to bring forward a little bit. Let's see, how did I do that? How did I do that? Probably should have just made this up from scratch. Okay, so this one is going to come right into here, right like this. But I'm going to make it a little bit shorter. It's a little bit too long. So, flipping it around so I get it right, and then I'll turn it around and show you guys. So there's our first little blue flower. That thistle, you guys. Did anybody run to Home Goods and find any of those flowers that I showed on the live? because I'm loving them. I've got projects lined up. I'm like, oh, these were good flowers. So I hope you guys did, because these were wonderful. Let's see. The next one now is going to come down low. So I'm cutting this one pretty small. We're going to put this on, and this one, hold it horizontal like this, but we're still going to put a little bend forward on it, like that, little bend, because this one's going to come out next to this flower, and you want it to come forward in the design a little bit. So let me put that in, then I'll turn it around. I just like it when you install flowers in a basket like this, the way that you can pull them forward so they're not just all flat out like this and straight up and down. So don't be afraid to use your stems to your advantage. Use that wire, you guys. Bend them in the direction you want them to face. And for this, it's a small basket, so I want everything to face forward. Okay, so there's those two. We have one more, and this one is going to come right up in the middle. And I am going to cut this one down. We don't need half of that length. It is the smallest one, which is nice. So this one is going to come right up in the middle here. Right like that. So now we have a lot of greens that we have to add back in to make this make sense. But so far, I mean, even at this point, it's looking pretty good. And we'll have to fluff our bow a little bit and whatnot, but we need to fill in with some more of the greens so it makes sense. So let's do that. We're gonna start, before we use the scraps that we put aside, we're gonna use this little eucalyptus bunch, which is awesome for this. So I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna use the whole bunch too. This is where you get the fullness and the depth in the arrangement. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this down. Cut it down. So let's just like bend them out so we can see the individual pieces. Make it easy on yourself when you're gonna cut something down, you guys. Just bend it out first. Then you can just go through and cut really quick. So less likely to cut your fingers too. So we'll just cut this all down. And we're going to cut it down some more. So we're not done yet. We're going to need a couple tall pieces for the back. So we want some of this to shine through where the other greenery is. So I'm going to look for a couple tall pieces that we can do that with. Let's see which ones I'm going to use. Let's see. And since, which is the thickest one? Let's see here. Since we're not going to see the bottom pieces, I'm going to pull some of those off. I'm not going to cut them at the stem where they jet out. I'm going to cut the little piece off because it'll be lost in the other flowers, right? So if we put this in, there's all the other flowers. You won't see this. So save this for later for fill-in. So we end up with some pieces like this. Same with this one. Look at this. We don't need all that. Let's try, I want this one to look similar. Another piece like that. We'll just cut this bottom piece off. So we're going to end up with some little pieces of eucalyptus that we can incorporate later. Right like that. So look at all these yummy little pieces that we're going to add into the front and the back when we need them. Okay. Those are little, so we have all these big pieces. Yeah, this has way too much, so let me take those off too. So cutting down your bushes so that you can make them go really far. Okay, so now we have enough big pieces that we can use to fill in on the back. And we're keeping some length, and again, like I said, you can always just dip them in glue. But I want some of these to shine through. So what I'm going to do is just kind of put them in and have them stick up with that first greenery I put in. Because it adds a little bit more to it, see? So it's another texture, another color. It's a good thing. Let's try this one. Cut that a little shorter. Let's bring one behind this rose right here, the big rose, the biggest. find that moss, or not that moss, gotta find that foam. And then, so now I have those two pieces in. Spin that up a little bit. There we go. Look at that. Just adds that extra layer that we just need in this. Then we're going to start coming forward. I'm going to start with each side. So let's use these two little pieces that are similar. And we need some to come out on the sides of the basket. So these guys are going to come out in this area, and we're going to bring the stem inside. We don't want to insert it. We don't want to make this big. Now you can, if you guys have all the length and all these stems. If you want to make it wider, you can. I'm going to bring mine in a little bit tighter, so I start my pick almost, not quite, 3/4 of the way to the middle, and then I push in. But then we have that nice little bit of eucalyptus peeking out there. We're going to take another piece on this side. Even though we have the bow, I'm going to bring this piece above the red flower and before the bow. So in that gap that we left in front of the bow. So I'm going to go under the tail. This is why I don't fluff my tails till the end, because I know I'm going to be putting in more little elements that are going to peek out. So there's a little piece there peeking out, and look how it's just filling it in. Okay, one more big piece, but we're going to cut this down. So we have all these great little pieces. But let's put one of these. Let me make sure I got it bent. It's a very tall, straight piece, right in the middle, right behind that center flower. And then we still have this showing off in the back. So we have a nice little backdrop there of eucalyptus. Okay, so now we have all these little pieces that we can use, which is awesome, because you can fill in now. You've got what you need to fill. So, because we still have a lot of things showing, and we don't want that. We want it to look good, right? Sherry says, beautiful, thanks, Deb. That's adorable. Your designs are awesome. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's get these guys going. And we're gonna make them pretty short because we want them to hug the foam, and we're covering up any little holes that you can see through to the foam. So we don't need these to be tall at all. I'm cutting them. I'm adding again my metal picks, but you can just add glue and push them right on in. It works just fine. But I'm gonna go ahead and just get all these ready so that we can just roll with it, right? So here we go. Could we have done two together? Yes. But I would rather do one and then put them right next to each other and know that I can use them where I want them. Doubling them up, you end up, of course, with 50% less, and we may have more holes than we know about. So we've really got to check out this arrangement now and make sure we cover it. So we're going to start in front. Can you see all the foam in the front? We need to cover all this up here. This is where this comes in handy. So we're just going to start incorporating it. We're going to go on an angle too, sideways, not vertical, not straight forward. We're going to go horizontal like this when we put these in. As far in as we can. This is where we're going a little bit into the front of the container, the front of the foam, and I'm just going to layer this stuff in here. And cover all this up. So much fun. So easy to do too. I love it. I'm not going solid, simply because we're going to incorporate some of that other greenery too, but we just want some of this to come out. So let's see, I have a piece there. We have a piece of this coming out the front through the bow, because we have it on both sides. So see how it's filling in, and you're getting that dimension. It's coming out. It's amazing. I love using eucalyptus. It's just like yummy, I guess you could say. It's perfect for doing this kind of a basket. Okay, I'm going to readjust this rose a little bit. There we go. Move my petals and push them down. the strings everywhere, but see how it's filling in, you guys? Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, where else do we need some? Let me look around here. Maybe on this side. A little bit in there. I'm going to put a little bit up in here. Come around the back. Let's keep going. And what I need to do is add, remember I kept one piece out? Because you never do. I want to put one tall piece of this back in here. So it shows a little bit. Let me add another pick to it. Because there's kind of like a little hole of the ficus. Can you guys see the hole right here? We need it to be a little more pronounced here. So we're going to just lightly tap one of those in. Right like that, yeah. We want it to show a little bit more. So there's our little bit of ficus coming back out. Okay. Right like that. All right, let's see what else we got here, guys. We have one more piece of this. Let me see where we need it up front. Right in here. So you're just going to go through your arrangement now and plug any holes and add a little bit more of this greenery. Remember all these little pieces? Here we go. These, I'm going to put two together. If you don't have a stemming machine, you can do one at a time. It's not a big deal. If you have difficulty, these are leaves. They're not extremely strong. You can always use the wooden picks from Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I know for sure Hobby Lobby sells them. So we're going to come in with these and start covering the back a little bit. I am going to put some in the front, but watch how easy these cover. I'm going sideways like I just mentioned on the other one, but look at how you can start covering the back of this foam with those. They're perfect. Okay. They remind me of geranium leaves, actually, but they're not. I don't know. I think those are supposed to be either some kind of a cabbage rose or a ranunculus. I don't know, but they're very cool looking. So I'm going to put some of these up in the front just to add a little interest to the front, and it's got that little darker green, so look at that nice pop of dark green there. Thanks, Deanna. Hey, Angel, sorry I missed. Is that your eucalyptus? It's not my eucalyptus, no. Eucalyptus, the little bunch of eucalyptus. Oh, that little bunch, when you watch it on replay, is Michael's. It's a Michael's eucalyptus, yes. Okay, so let's get another one of these in front. I think I want one right here by the bow because it's just like too cute. I love this. I love this greenery. It's just a leaf off the red flower, but it's so cute. Okay, but it just adds a really nice little dimension. See right by the bow there? It just, the dimension, the color, everything is perfect for it. Okay, so now we have all these little guys we get to use. How fun is that? So we're going to take these and cut them down and combine them. These, if you left the little hook on them, it's perfect. You can push them in with some glue. I'm going to use my stemming machine again. If you got it, use it, because I tell you, I love this machine, like I've always said. Okay, so I want a little bit of this forward. So, well, let's cover the back first. We've got to cover the back. In fact, I'm going to move that because I don't have any more of this. So I want this one piece in front, or in the middle of the back, not in front, but you know what I mean. And then let's put some of these so that we just cover that a little bit. It's not going to be solid, but it's going to be enough where the back looks finished. And then we'll add a little bit of this to the front. Just a couple little pieces, yeah. We'll do two. So let's put these together. Actually, I'm going to probably just do these separately so I can spread them out in the back a little bit. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy, but no lemons today. All right, so let me get this covered up a little bit. I'm gonna use my needle now so I don't shred my finger on that pick. No wounds today, you guys. I can't believe I sliced my hand in my hand. That was ugly. Don't do that again. All right. Okay. And this I'm gonna separate. Now that I look at it, I'm like, wait, I need to separate that. So you guys, if you put something in and then you look at it and you're like, I don't like it. Take it out and start over. We all do it. We all do it. Don't agonize. Just rip that sucker out and do it again. I don't agonize. The minute I look at it, I kind of know. I'm like, I don't like that there. I don't like it together. We need to spread it out a little more. It's okay. Rip it out and start over. So I had one clump in the middle, but I want to make it a little lighter. I want to cover it, but I don't want it so heavy looking. So I'm going to have one going one way and one going the other way. I'm going to crisscross them. And I'm going to push them very tight to the foam. Yeah, I know I'm spending time on the back, but I always do. I think the back should look good. I know I've said that before. Make your back look good. Get your back into it. Okay, I'll stop. Almost. Let me lift that one up. Push it in. Come on. Cooperate. There's a lot of stems in this little guy now, so it's going. Yeah, I know. Okay. So now we have a little bit of greenery in the back. So it doesn't look so bare, right? I like to make them look good in the back. What can I say? So now here we are here, but I think we need a few of these pieces worked back into the front. So I always keep the scraps because I'm telling you guys, you'll see places where you need a little bit of that color, a different color of greenery. It's all pretty monochromatic toward the front, and you only see the variegated leaves in the back. So let's bring some of these into the front and watch how it makes it pop. So look at it now and wait till I put these in the front. Totally different look. So we're gonna leave one little piece off these, this scrap. And yes, I'm gonna put a pick on these. So if you don't have a picking machine, you may want to get some wood picks for this design, just to be able to put the little scraps in. You can even leave the little scraps out, but look at the difference when you have a few pieces trailing out of the front. Isn't that great, you guys? Makes a difference in your design. Frenchie, I have a matching bracelet from Hawaii. Yes, yes, you're welcome. Yes, everybody that went on that has the matching bracelet. I bought one too. And these were awesome. If you guys got one in the mail that you won the little gift away I did, they take essential oils too. It's volcanic rock, and you can drop some essential oils on and it'll soak it up and smell really good. So you can do that too. But I'm looking for something that we can use inside the barn where everybody can have a little bracelet or something. So we'll see what I come up with. All right, so if that's going there, let's put a little piece up here. Just getting creative a little bit. And I see some things I want to adjust. It's just how I am. It's like a perfectionist, you know? Okay, so a little piece over there. This piece is too high, I can tell you right now. This piece is too high. I don't want to cover up. Yeah, see, we all change our mind. We all change our mind. That one's fine. But I don't want to cover all that variegated greenery, so I'm going to cut these down a little bit. I want them a little more forward. So if I told you to put them tall, now I'm telling you to cut them down. Don't worry about it. Take them out. If you like where yours went, it's fine. But sometimes you got to adjust. But I want to see this. I don't want all that covered. I was kind of covering it up a little bit. So I'm going to come in on the right here and bring this in, but it's gonna recess a little bit more, and I'll show you the difference. So you can still see the green, and it's still in there, but I think it's a better look, a little bit better look. And this one on the other side, over here. There we go. Right on. I'm just fluffing these up because they kind of went down. We have 2 little pieces left over we are not going to use. And now this is where we're going to take and we're going to fluff our bow a little bit. So, and there's not much to fluff. This is very stiff, very, very nice ribbon. We're just going to pull the loops up without pulling the whole bow out of the arrangement. Don't do that, but just make sure they're standing up and you can see them really well. And then our loops, we can put a little dovetail on these, just a little bit. So wire to wire, cut up at an angle. Keep your fingers away from the scissors. I have PTSD from that incident, if you guys saw it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll cut those. And then these you can put some corkscrew on them. Just let them hang loose like this, whatever you like, right like that. So see how these are all standing up now? You got all your blooms in, red, white, and blue. What do you guys think? Do you like it? So this is going to be a kit tonight. As soon as I pack it all out, figure it out. I think it's going to be a smaller kit. I think we have enough to do 5 of these. Just 5, and 2 for sale, so 7 total. So that's what we're looking at, and I'll get these posted tonight. Hi Rita, how are you? Thanks Michelle. Thanks Linda. Thanks Frenchie. And that's all I can see because I don't have my iPad. And I see the hearts. Thank you guys for the hearts. Here's a half a heart. Here's the other half. MC loves it. Thank you. So I hope you guys like this. And again, just make sure your back looks decent. I mean, you can see a little bit of foam here and there. It's never going to show when this is actually hung on a wall or on a door. But, you know, do your best. Try to make it look kind of cool. So, in the back, if you can. So, anyway, there it is with all the colors. In fact, this little purple guy, I think, needs to come forward a little more. Let's bring him up a little bit. I'm looking at it in the monitor, but I wanted to see him a little more. So we brought him forward. Magical Moments by Emily. Emily, I need a critique. You're the best. Oh, thank you. So, Debbie, thank you. Missy, thank you. Red, white, and blooms. I love that. So pretty. Thank you so much, Angel. So, you guys, inside the barn, and I know I sound like an infomercial, but a lot of people ask me, I would say on a daily basis, I get DMs about critiquing their designs. So that will move inside the barn. So we will have a Q&A. We will have Q&As weekly and critiquing where you can send me the photos and we'll talk about the designs and how I think you could tweak it. So that's going to happen there. I have to kind of discontinue doing on the DMs. I'm overloaded right now. I should show you my DM count right now. I have so many to go through. It's crazy. So, and I know a lot of the creators that do what I do just turn their DMs off. So I'm trying not to do that, but I can't really critique right now. So I've got to keep moving forward with the Inside the Barn. But we're going to have that available. So join us. Join us Inside the Barn, you guys. Thank you. Thank you, Grace. Thanks, Amy. Regina, you're so welcome. All right, guys, I'm going to go get these ready and get them posted. So if you want a kit, they're coming. And if not, we'll have 2 of these. If you want it ready-made, don't want to make one, we will have 2 of these ready to go. So that's coming tonight. Again, the design, I'll show that one more time for those of you who weren't there at the start. Here is one of the first designs we're going to create. This was filmed today. Look at with the little, aren't those cute? The little bulbs. Yep. So this is coming up inside the barn. I'm going to teach you how to build this beauty. So sometimes the nature look is so pretty without the bows and all the whimsy. And this is kind of a trend right now. So I'm excited about this design. So this is coming up. Okay, it just went by. Whoop. Gloria, thank you. Kathy, you could always answer your DMs in a post so it helps many people. Yes, I could, but right now I can't. because I'm just overloaded trying to get everything built out with the creative coaching group. So that's why I'm just warning people. I don't want them to think that I'm ignoring them right now, but that's kind of what we're doing for now. So it's important that sometimes I sleep. But anyway, we've been going from like 4 in the morning till midnight the last couple days. So we're going to kind of put the DMs and that aside for a little bit and try to move on and get everything done for you guys. The doors we're hoping to open within the week. We have the videos there's like 40 videos now uploaded, including old videos from, and not old, I mean they're still current designs from the previous creative coaching group, and the new ones are getting edited. So I shoot them, but we put an intro and an outro on them. It's really cool. You guys are gonna like it. So all that is happening now. As soon as all that's up, we're ready to go. We're ready to go. Everything's working. So Georgia, very late. Great. Watch on replay. Yeah, I'm going to share this as soon as I'm off. Donna, thank you. Yeah, Amy, I'm excited. Amy's coming in. I know that. So, okay. So here's this. I'll be working on getting these posted tonight. And then tomorrow, we're going to go every other day right now on lives while I get everything going. So no live tomorrow. There'll be a live the day after tomorrow. So we're going to kind of flop every other day. And be watching for the email. If you're coming inside the barn or you're interested in all the info, make sure you DM me your email. There will be an email kind of, sign up here to get more info in a little bit. We're working on that now too. So Emily from Magical Moments, send me a DM. That's the only DMs I'm really paying attention to right now because I'm so busy. Send me a DM and send me your email address, and I'll get you on the email list for the email that's going to go out with all the information. Donna, have you sent out the info? I have not sent it out yet. It is coming. We are drafting it right now. No, Linda, not all the designs that are done inside the barn will be sold as kits. They will not. Now the designs will be available for sale, like the one I just showed you. I'm going to list it in Etsy. Many of the ingredients for them will be sold on my site as individual stems and whatnot. But the kits, we're going to end up, now that this is all working, this is probably one of the last kits I'm going to do in this kind of a forum because I want to use my fancy camera. You see me turning things around and all that. I don't have to do that with my studio equipment. So we're going to film them and sell them as a package. So that's coming up. Emily, okay, I will copy and paste that. Hopefully I can copy and paste that. But, so I hope I saw everybody. But, okay, so for everyone, Donna asked, that was a good question. No, nothing has gone out yet. So we're drafting the email with everything that's going to happen inside the barn, what you can expect, prices, how the time element's going to work from what date to what date, as far as it's a monthly plan. So all the information is going to be there. So I just need your emails, and we're going to have like an email drip to do that with, like a little funnel kind of thing, if you guys know what I'm talking about. So that's coming. So you guys, I'm going to go now. Thanks for joining me on this. That was fun. I love this little design. How cute was that, right? So this is coming up tonight. It's our newest kit. Don't have a price yet. I got to add it all up, but it's going to be reasonable. So if you want this, look for it tonight, and I will post it. I'll say, oh, this is available. Here's the link to my Etsy. You know the drill. So we'll do that tonight, and then we'll see you the day after tomorrow, you guys. Thanks for watching. We will talk to you later. Oh, and I hope I see everyone inside the barn. Just saying.